Greetings, everyone, and welcome to another exciting edition and episode of Rebound with your boy, Chris Cooper. Look, guys, I am so thrilled. So excited to be back. I know we took a little bit of a break, but I am really excited because I get to talk to super fantastic and most excellent individuals on this platform and in this forum. So let's jump into it. Once again, welcome. If you're new to me, if you're new to this experience, I'm your host, Chris Cooper. I am a lifestyle and procrastination expert, author of 2 books, Achieve Your Dreams and Get Shit Done, and the president of Execute Your Passion. And over the course of, I guess, over a decade and a half, I've had the awesome pleasure of serving clients and individuals across 5 different continents. And I am super duper excited to have each and every one of you here today as we dive into this most excellent topic about getting a life. Now, let me back up for a second. I want to make sure that you understand why I started this platform, why I started this experience. As we all know, the last 2 or so years has definitely been a challenge. And as I was going through my, as I call it, my 6-day breakdown, right as the pandemic was upon us and the shutdowns were coming, there were 4 words that God laid on my heart. And these 4 words are so powerful. And it's all about this process, as we talk about right now, of rebounding. And in that process, I learned so much about myself, etc. And the 4 words that really jumped in, the first is simply the power of reflection. And when I talk about reflection, I'm talking about reflecting on what you want, why you want the things that you want, reflecting on what you've done and what you've yet to do, reflecting even from a place of gratitude, which I believe is the world's most powerful emotion, and just really understanding, what that looks like, as you ultimately move forward. So reflection was so critical. The second thing that popped into my spirit was this idea of refocusing. See, I know so many of us become what I call goal schizophrenic, and you're here and you're here and you're here and you're here. You're all over the place, right? So from that perspective, reflection is so critically important. And when you reflect, after you reflect, when you refocus, now you're able to focus on the things that really matter, the people that ultimately really matter. And you get your effort and your energy and you drive it toward those things in order to make everything else better. The third R, and y'all know I love alliterations, right? So we started with reflection, then we went to refocusing. The third one is simply this: reinvention, and the power of reinventing yourself and understanding that, guess what? The only thing you can bet on, write this down if you don't know anything else, the only constant is change. Did you hear what I said? The only constant in this world is change. And what I always say is that change is inevitable, but progress is optional. I'm going to say that one more time. Change is inevitable, but progress is optional. So if you're listening today, if you're watching this, you're watching the replay, whatever it is, I want you to understand that the past is the past. It will not last. So we've got to definitely, forge ahead and make some awesome and incredible things happen, because that's the way it's supposed to be. So the third R, is indeed reinvention. And then the last one I think is so important: reinvestment, baby. Reinvesting in ourselves, leveling up, upskilling, etc. As I've had some amazing guests on the show, one of them actually does a lot of work with LinkedIn Learning. He told me a little bit about a recent study. A recent study came out, as we're in the middle of this, quote, great migration, great resignation, whatever it is. And the one thing that people say they're really looking for is not just, money that they're looking for. It's not even just a position that they're looking for. What they're ultimately looking for at the end of the day is to be upskilled. So when you reinvest in yourself, when you reinvest in your skill set, when you make yourself better, when you improve your soft skills, when you improve your communicative abilities, when you improve your leadership, your management, your communication skills, everything bubbles up, everything goes up. So it's great when you understand the importance of, simply as my sister Marcy said, reinvesting. And then y'all know I'm an engineer, right? So I'm an engineer by degree. So I always believe in, after you do all that kind of stuff, you got to repeat it. When it works, you got to repeat it, because you keep leveling up and leveling up and leveling up. So think about this as a cycle, right? And we start with reflection, then we go to refocus, then we go to reinvention, then we go to reinvestment, then we repeat. And we do it over and over until it sticks. Y'all gonna catch that too. You do it over and over until it ultimately sticks. So having said that, that is kind of the I guess the background and the overlay for this whole Rebound experience. And so I put together this amazing platform, this amazing show, so I can bring to you individuals from fashion to fitness, from entertainment to education, and all points in between to show you what it's like to ultimately rebound despite the odds, despite the pandemic, despite the downturn, despite the war, despite all that kind of stuff. They've still been able to not only survive, but they've been able to thrive. So I know you're waiting for it. I gotta, everybody was excited about today's show. I've been getting little texts and DMs and stuff. They were like, "Ooh, that's a catchy title. Ooh, Get a Life. Ooh, I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it." So I'm so excited to welcome my brother for another mother. So before I go into his official, bio, because it's super long. Before I get into that, because he's so amazing, I just want to tell you that there's something about there's power in proximity. Write that down. There's power in proximity. And when I say there's power in proximity, what I'm really saying is that when you meet individuals that are connected to other individuals that you love and respect, and then y'all hit it off like y'all been brothers from another mother for 15, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, then that's magical. And that's exactly what happened to me and today's guest. We met through an amazing friend of mine, friend of the show, none other than the amazing Christy Rutherford. She's like, "Oh, you got to meet my boy Mike. Oh, Mike is amazing. Oh, Mike is great," or whatever. And I think she was telling him the same thing. "Oh, you got to meet Chris. Chris is amazing. He's and it was just kind of this whole connection thing. But let me break it down because y'all need to understand who you have on the line today. So I'm about to bring him up. So y'all better get ready. So what I want to tell you is it's simply this, that, Michael Flowers Jr. is an award-winning executive producer, ad exec, actor, writer, director, and entrepreneur. Check this out. He listened carefully when his acting coach told him, "If you want to be a good actor, get a life." And we're going to talk about what that means in just a minute. But with this advice in mind, Flowers picked up with his ADHD. He was diagnosed with ADHD and moved from Maryland all the way to the entire other coast of California to pursue his craft, all while collecting diverse life experiences that have given him rich stories. You're going to hear some of them today. Compelling characters, and great artistic depth. Besides his extensive work in the entertainment industry, he's been a teacher, a motivational speaker, he got some magic hands, a licensed massage therapist, a photographer, a certified personal trainer, and a barber. Man, this is you talk about a multifaceted Renaissance man like never before. This is your guy. He has spent time in places throughout the U.S. and beyond, inhabiting various social circles and cultures, further honing his sense of perspective and constantly adding to his cache of stories. Who said ADHD is all bad, right? So in addition to that, oh my God, guys, he's been on major projects like Heaven Sin and Guinness Book of World Records, Bigger Than Us. He also, basically was ahead of his time when he co-produced the Black Lives Matter anthem, Bigger Than Us, Bigger Than Us, Bigger Than Us, which featured NBA's two-time MVP Steph Curry, who's going back to the championship, by the way, and Damian Lillard, and was created for JBL. He's done so much stuff, from things that's aired on NBA, on TNT, CeeLo Gold, London International Award Gold, the Cannes Bronze Lion, and one show merit. Done stuff for the Harlem Globetrotters, Snoop Dogg, Yo, his resume is sick. Ultimately, but what I love about him is his heart. He has a heart to serve, and he helps so many individuals. And y'all need to look him up. I'm gonna make sure y'all get his information. Y'all can read through all his accolades, but let's talk to him. Let's get to know the real dude. He's fervent about his work. He received a BA degree in English from Claflin University, come on, HBCU, in Orangeburg, South Carolina. In the hustle and bustle of living the life as an artist, he says he's found passion in the art of storytelling. So as a filmmaker, check this out. His personal ambition is to find ways to use his talents, check this out, to heal lives and to bring together laughter and entertainment into the homes of all across the world. So, y'all, give it up for my boy, my friend, none other than the amazing Michael Flowers Jr. Boom! Welcome, Michael.
Hey, hey, Chris. Hey, man, I love your energy, man. Your energy is so infectious.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you. Thank
man.
you.
And I feel the same way about you, man. Like when we first met, it was a quick brotherhood. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And hello, Marcy. Uh,
Yeah, we
so I
got
do
Marcy
appreciate
be on it. Yeah, I
oh,
love it.
she be on it. Yeah, I
She's on
appreciate
it.
Christy Rutherford for bringing us together.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, indeed.
Absolutely.
Got to give her a shout out.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love it. I love it. So, so I always begin, Mike, when we jump on this platform, by just kind of turning the mic over to you at the beginning to just share a little bit about your story and how you got to where you are. Like I said, you're a master of all types of trades and you've done so much. But I know it always hasn't been that way. So walk us through the beginning of that journey. And I know that they're really interested to hear from you.
Okay. To the beginning of the journey, I would say started at home, right? Where you have a great support system and you have parents that tell you that all things are possible. There's
Yes.
there's nothing that isn't impossible.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, um, in my household, it was against the law to say the word can't. It was like
Mm,
saying a cuss word.
I love it.
So having parents like that, um, anytime I see someone doing something, there's never a thought in me that says that I can't do it because that was never a part of my language growing up, if that
Right.
makes sense. So when I was in college, well, before college, I did some acting and I used to write poetry. But when I was in college, I got my heart broke, and one of my professors was like, "Look, if you want to, one of the ways to heal is to get on stage, is to
Hmm.
experience life on stage." And so I did that, and that's when the love for theater really really took off. Because before that, when I was in church doing plays and things of that nature, it was something that I felt like I was good at, but it wasn't until I got to college, until I was affirmed in college as well, at Claflin University,
Yeah.
that this is something that I was good at. And so I was like, I'm going to move to LA and I'm going to take over the world.
Yes, right.
And and Chris, I moved to LA with $950, thinking that I was going to be the next Denzel Washington.
I believe.
With that, with $950, with $950.
Right.
So 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 then Chris, what happened was, that's when I ran into my acting coach, Stuart Rogers. And one day in class he said, if you want to be a good actor, get a life. And what I took that on to mean, Chris, is do you remember like Silly Putty back in the day, where you
Yeah.
used to put it on like comics, and then
Yeah.
when you pulled it up, it would have like the comics on the Play-Doh,
Right.
right? So it's just like that Play-Doh. He wanted me to go out and experience hurt, experience pain, take risks,
Right.
experience wins, experience some losses, get out there and travel, and so you can experience the world. So when you give, whatever you decide to do in life, if it is acting, you can give that actor, you can give that character that a true depth, instead of trying to think of what would it be like if I was in a relationship and gave my all and I was hurt and I had to start all over again. What would it be like if I was a barber? Anything that's very simple. What would it be like if I was a barber and I was
Right.
cutting a bush and I messed up, right? Because cutting an afro is difficult,
Yeah.
and that happened in real life, by the way.
Okay. I love
So
it.
so I did that, and it's afforded me great stories, and it's given me depth as a person. And because I added all those things that I've done to who I am, it's made for more of an interesting person. So I can go a lot of places and have conversations, interesting conversations.
I love it. I
So,
love it.
yeah.
And I love the fact that, when I bring myself, so I love the fact, I wanted to give you your shine. I had to let
I
you,
appreciate the shout.
I know how you actors are.
Right.
But no, but I love the things that you just talked about understanding and actually experiencing things. Now, I'm a big believer that, of course, I believe that other people's experiences can be the best teachers, but also our own experiences also teach us. And
Yeah.
it's very interesting when you talk about, this love and this passion, for people, right? And for telling stories and for, and for all of these types of things. So when you think about that, um, and like I said, this whole concept of experiencing life, putting yourself out there, figuring out what you like, moving to California with $950, becoming Denzel Jr.,
Right.
and all these things. What was, and clearly we know that things happen, it goes up, down, or whatever. So
Right.
what was the thing that really, I guess, pushed you not only to continue the acting, but the beautiful part about you is that you're on the other side of it too. You're also an ad exec and on the other side of the entertainment business. So tell us kind of, what pushed you through and got you through that space of everybody wants to be an actor out here. Everybody, is trying to live this dream, quote unquote, and how you saw opportunity not only in front of the camera, but behind the camera as well.
Yeah, good question, Chris. What happened for me is, Chris, I didn't audition a lot when I first moved to LA
Okay.
because I was thinking about, gas. I was thinking about an actor not having a lot of money. I was thinking about, I was like, what is the smarter way to go about this? And I had other friends that came to LA the same time I did, and they just kept going on that actor trail, and you would see them win and lose. And I was like, I want to win. I want to drive the car. I don't want to sit in the back and let someone move me around, right?
Right.
And so I was like, how can I drive the car? What makes sense? And so again, I didn't have the thing in me that said I can't do it. And so I saw Spike Lee. Spike Lee is creating his own projects, and then he's in his own projects. I saw Adam Sandler. He would create his own projects, and then he's in his own projects, hired his boys, and together they did this thing with this team. They had this team concept, and I was like, I want to create something like that. And I tried to create it a couple of times, and it didn't work out because a lot of actors in Los Angeles, it's all about instant gratification. How can I benefit right now?
Right.
And I get it. But I was trying to figure out another way, a quick way. And I started writing. This is maybe 1 or 2 years when I first landed, right? So I started writing, Chris, and I became I learned how to be a screenwriter.
Okay.
So I wrote a film and didn't produce it right away because then I would have to learn producing.
Right.
And so I was like, okay, so now I got to learn producing. So I started learning, the things that you need on set. You need a sound guy. You need somebody doing lights, gaffer. You need all these different components in order to create this. But when you first start out, you're making a lot of mistakes and you don't know which way to go. And so at one point, somebody believed in me because they liked how creative I was. And so I started creating ideas for brands for this guy named Jimmy Smith. And so we would come in and we would create an idea, for one of his brands that he had. If it was Mars Candy, if it was, BMW, he would look at it and he'd be like, oh, great idea, this idea sucks, great idea, this idea sucks. So that was like, that was probably like 2008 during this time. So I from 2008 to 96, from 96 to 2008, I had created a lot of things, but man, from 2000 and I'll say 2008, until now, I've created over 100 ideas, be it animation, TV shows, film projects, tech ideas, like you name it. Because I had that early had that boost. I had someone that challenged me. I start, seeing. I started creating. I started learning about producing, and then I started learning about the ad industry. And so that did so much. That did so much for my confidence in creation. And now I'm officially, Chris. I'm officially one of the baddest dudes, man.
I love it. I love it.
As far as creating
absolutely
an idea for
exactly.
big brands.
I love it.
Thanks be to God. You know what I mean?
I love it. I love it.
And so that was my path.
Mm-hmm. I love it. And I love, and I hope that people are listening to the nuggets. You're dropping a lot of nuggets in this story. And you're a master storyteller, obviously. Which allows us to kind of glean in and look in. Because I'm envisioning you remembering what your parents taught you, right? Growing up in Maryland, hearing we don't say can't. Can't is is a bad word. Like we don't use the T word in my house either. We don't use that TRY word. We don't even say it. It's like I'm of the Yoda generation of do or do not. There is no try. So you're gonna do it or you're not. You're not gonna try. And you're not going to say can't. And just envisioning you like, hey, I can do this. I can make it. Taking that strong foundation that you had, moving completely to the other side of the world, of the country specifically, going out there, not necessarily auditioning a lot, but figuring out your place in Hollywood and realizing that I don't want to be in the passenger seat of this vehicle or in the back seat. I want to drive this baby. I want to drive, right? And then figuring out, ways to utilize your skills, your talents, and your abilities to create major ideas for, like I said, for all of y'all heard some of it. I mean, he was he ain't really name drop, but I'm talking about all of these major brands, all these major celebrities, Gatorade. I mean, like the list goes on, right? He's currently even on Double Cross, where he plays Chief Potts. Where he's back in front of the camera, and that comes on an all-black network. So it's just amazing. I love your trajectory, right? And I think also your perspective. I always talk about, I do this poem called the Achieve Your Dreams poem, and every letter means something. And when it gets to the C, it says consider things from every angle. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what I'm hearing you say, that you considered things from different angles, and then you kind of found your mojo of sorts. Right. And you've been able to execute. So when you think about that, now you mentioned one thing, and I'm really big on relationships and the power of relationships. And like I said, there's power in proximity, and it's not so much who you know, it's who knows you and who will stand up for you and who will represent you. So by getting to this first gentleman, I forget you said his name, I apologize. But the first gentleman that really kind of lets you or opened the door for you in this creative ad space. Mm-hmm. So how did you leverage and maintain that relationship? And did you utilize that relationship to open up other doors to get to some of these other things? Or did everything come through that one person?
When you say did everything come through that one person, what are you referring to?
Oh, the gentleman you said that helped you get that first creative. He's like, this is good, it's whack, that's good, that's whack. So did he introduce you to other individuals in the ad space, or like how did that happen?
Well, first off, let me go back just a little bit. Good question. So his name is Jimmy Smith. Jimmy Smith is he is he's a giant in the ad space.
Gotcha. Mm-hmm.
If you remember, I can't believe I'm forgetting the baddest commercial that ever exists. It's a basketball commercial with Jason Kidd. Oh my gosh, I can't remember. I'm forgetting. This is my favorite commercial.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
I know
everybody passing the ball behind.
Yeah.
So he created that commercial.
Oh wow.
So he's literally the baddest. As far as advertising, he's one of the baddest dudes on the planet.
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you.
So so being able to work with him as a business partner, but then to be able to work under him is I got to tell you, man, it's been great because I learned, tell the truth. in the commercial space, tell the truth. You know what I mean? And when you create something, what you're looking for is a problem. You're looking for a problem because you're looking to answer that problem, to solve the problem, right? And that's I'll say 96% of the stuff that I have created is solve some problem, or it makes an attempt to solve some problem. So has he introduced me to other people? Yeah, he's introduced me to other people just because of the work that we do.
Right.
And like you said, when it comes to relationships, it's the best way to move in any industry.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Okay, so you've worked under him and that's opened up doors as well. And
Right.
and then you've leveraged that. Okay, so I just wanted to get clear on that. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's dope. That's dope. That's dope. So what I would ask you this. What advice would you give to maybe, I have a lot of entertainment type people, of course, that like to watch the show, and other individuals that that feel like they're trying everything, right? They feel like they're doing all the right things, but it's not really happening for them. What advice would you give to, that starving actor, right? The starving, person out there trying to figure this thing out. What would you say to them?
Well, I'm gonna tell you, again, when I first moved to LA, it was about, first of all, you have to think big.
Right.
Let's start there. When I first moved to LA, not only was I trying to figure out another angle, I was looking for the back door, right? Looking for the side door. What's important is that you continuously think big, because one of the things I did, Chris, I didn't tell you this. I was looking for an agent in France, Italy, the UK, Australia. I was thinking worldly. Yeah. So I would first get in your space, because we're all creators, Chris. God is the ultimate creator.
Right.
But we are all creators. And so find the place where you feel, your place and the time where you feel most creative, right? Some people, they get, real creative in the shower. And, if you look it up, that's one of the places where there's dopamine that takes place when you're in the shower, and all of a sudden you start thinking of ideas. Yeah. Sometimes right before we go to sleep, or when we're in the middle stages of sleep, find the different times, the different places to give you your big idea. But always think big. That's number one. As more specific to acting, you have to take your career in your own hand. You can't wait for anybody. I think I think about, you hear preachers say it all the time. They always talk about the dash, right? They always talk about, okay, you start here and you expire here. So it's everything you do in the dash. Man, you're wasting a lot of time in your dash if you are thinking about, okay, so such and such made it. When is it going to be my chance? Instead of looking at your friend that's on TV. Like, I have a friend named Denver Dowers. Denver used to always, he used to be the commercial king. And every time I saw him on TV, I was happy for him,
Right.
So you spending a lot of negative energy, not rooting your comrade on, when you could create ideas yourself and shoot it yourself. Technology, it is, where it is now, you can shoot your own project, whether it's a minute, 5 minutes, 30 minutes, a feature film.
Yeah.
Give yourself a chance. So that would be my advice. And if you hear what I said nothing about agents, managers. I'm talking about everything starting from self. Say your prayers, everything starting from self.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. And it's so much power when you're not at the whim of other indie people, right? You know,
Right.
it's like being intentional. You know, I always coach a lot of business owners, and I say it's very important to basically work on your business instead of in your business, right?
Mm.
So most of us become so, and when I'm working in my business, guess what I'm thinking about? I'm thinking about the things like you just said. Well, where's the agent? Where's this? And where's that? And how do I connect with this person? And how do I open? No. Work on the global thing. Like, let me create a global brand. Let me look for opportunities that are much bigger than just Hollywood, right? Let me look at opportunities that expose me and really push me, you know, to places that are, you know, that allow me to be the true creative. And I love that you
Right.
said that. And I think that this is a problem. I also coach a lot of technical people, right? So all of my tech pros out there, I love y'all. You know, all my engineers and my doctors and all these people that think very analytically and that kind of stuff. But, you know, Michael just gave you a pathway to understand you're a creative too. And I think that sometimes it's like, you know, in society, it's like the artsy, you can't be left brain and right brain. So you got to either just be analytical and factual and mathematical and that kind of stuff, or you can be a free spirit and creative and in the arts and that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that I live in the gray.
Mm-hmm.
I live in the intersection of both of them, and I love it. And it's freeing and it's liberating, right? So I thank you once again for giving individuals the power to understand that we come from the ultimate creator. So we're made in his image. We got to be creators. So above all, yes, you might be a doctor, but you're still a creator. Yes, you may be an engineer, but you're still a creator. Yes, you might be SVP of this and CEO of this and CRO and any other kind of an adjective or acronym that you want to throw in it, but you're still a creator. And we were put here to create, right? To put our gifts, to put our power in the world. And I'm so like that to me was so liberating just to hear you say that. And I know that if it was liberating to me, all these people that's tuning in and watching the replay and all that kind of stuff will definitely glean in, you know, and get that. Go for it.
Yeah, you know what, Chris? Yeah, thank you for that. You know what? And I want to make sure that people understand that I do have moments, right? I have moments where I'm frustrated. You know, right now I'm fortunate because I'm on a show called Double Cross, and you know, it's a dream come true to be on a show like this.
And he the popo, y'all. He the popo. I'm just
but I don't want to mislead anybody and make them think that I don't have moments of, oh man, when am I gonna get my next role? Oh man, right. You know, I have moments. When is my film going to get picked up or whatever? Right, I have those moments.
Right.
But Chris, because I think big, like let me tell you one of the things. Like, this is for actors as well. So there are magazines. Like there's a magazine called The Hollywood Reporter, and there's a magazine called The Variety. So in the magazines, you see, you know, pictures of Anthony Hopkins because the manager or the agent is paying for Anthony Hopkins to have this page inside of The Variety, right? So one day I said, you know what? I want my name inside The Variety. I want my picture inside The Variety. I may get more work. Let me see what happens. Paid that money. It's a lot of money, Chris.
I know. I know.
But you have to take a risk.
Yeah.
Pay that money and see what happens. Say your prayers, but see what happens.
Right.
But you have to always think big if you want big things.
Yes.
Things will happen. You just have to take that risk.
Yes.
So I just want to make sure that I said that I too have moments where I'm not. Like, you know, what I can't see, you know, what I've done in the past and what's going on right now. I need to be grateful for what I have and continue to think big. Things will happen.
I love it. And I'll just throw in another really good friend of mine, friend of the show. I love her. She's going to be on here soon as well. Marshawn Evans Daniels. She's absolutely incredible. She works with women specifically in the faith community. And she, you know, helps them be coaches and speakers, etc. But one thing that I love, and I actually have a live event coming up live virtual event. It's going to be completely virtual, called my Coaching Blueprint Live. And the first thing when people register for this event, it's a 3-day event, but when they register for it, the first thing that I have them do in their pre-work is a session that I've done with the amazing Marshawn. I might have her book somewhere around here. Yeah, absolutely. And what I love about it is that it is literally called Believe Bigger. It's called Believe Bigger.
I love it.
And I'm telling you, it's so. Yes, Marshawn was on The Apprentice. Yeah, somebody just said that. Yeah, she's amazing. Great friend of mine. And I love her and you know, so much. She's the mother of triplets, by the way. At 40, she had them at 40 years old, which is crazy. First kids, all that kind of stuff. But this concept of she believed bigger for that. Not only believe for a baby, but and got multiple babies, right? 3, right? 3 girls. You know, she believed bigger. I mean, every aspect of her life has just soared through the roof. But as you said, Michael, it's this concept of understanding and believing the bigger thing, like not limiting ourselves, not putting ourselves into this little box of where we think that everything should be compartmentalized and everything is going to be great. No, like think. I know it sounds cliche, but think outside the box. Step outside the box, right? In order to open yourself up to the infinite possibilities. You know, I hate that saying that people say, "Oh, the sky is the limit." No, the sky is not the limit. It's only the beginning. The sky is only the beginning. That's the way I look at it. Because when you say it's the limit, you're saying it's a limit. So I'm all about being limitless and opening yourself up to the abundance, right? That is out there for each and every one of us. So thank you for that word about this, about thinking big and believing bigger and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, I'll be shouting all my friends out and putting them on because I love for everybody. And it's incredible. Yeah, but when people register for that, and you can register out there, guys, it's thecoachingbp.com, thecoachingbp.com. It's coming up in a couple of weeks, actually in a week and a half or so. But it's going to be incredible. Incredible event for new coaches and aspiring coaches. Put my little commercial in there. But anyway, but the first thing, like I said, I have them do is listen to an hour. It's like an hour masterclass that Marshawn and I did together, where she talks about this power of believing bigger and really just busting. Yes, right, Angela, busting outside of the box, right? And it's so powerful and it's so incredible. And I'm excited. I'm definitely excited about what's to come. So, all right. So I know we only have a little time left. It's flying by. It's crazy. But I want you to share this. So you gave us a little bit of advice for individuals that might be looking in that, you know, in the industry in particular. I want to hear a little bit more about what is your passion? I mean, you have so many things, right? You have so many things. And I know that a lot of us can do a lot of things, right? But there's certain things that really just light us up and just bring out the best in every aspect of us. So what is that for you? What are you really passionate about? And I'm gonna tell you what, before you answer, I'm gonna tell you something. So passion, I take very seriously. This is just Chris Cooper talking. My company is called Execute Your Passion for a reason.
Yes.
And when I think about passion, I'm just gonna give you just a little insight. I think about fire. I think about fervor. I think about boundless enthusiasm and effort. I think about what wakes me up in the middle of a night and what won't even let me go to sleep when it's time to go to sleep. That burning desire from within that I've got to bring it to fruition. So I'm just curious, you know, now I know I laid it on you big time now. And I'm passionate about food. I'm like, dang. So I'm messing with you. We're not gonna let them down. I'm teasing. But what are you passionate about, Mike? Like what is your passion?
Printing paper.
I love it. It's awesome. It's
awesome. No, joking.
Just print away.
Print away. I would say, you know, I have a couple, Chris.
Okay, well, let's share them.
Okay, so
I didn't say you can only have one passion. You can have.
I appreciate it.
You get a passion. You get a passion. Everybody gets a passion.
Everybody gets a passion.
Hey.
You know, I would say one is creating the idea. Like, I had an ex-girlfriend that got so like upset because she felt like I was never doing anything with the ideas that I would create. But like that's what I do. I just create a whole bunch of ideas, like have a passion in it, because there will come a day when I have the resources to go grab one of these ideas
that I
and
have.
execute.
Yeah.
It's just not right now.
Yeah.
I got to stay focused, right?
Yeah.
So it's creating the idea. That's one of my passions.
I love it.
Like that has become like that's one of them. So another one is acting. Acting is still one of my passions.
What is it about acting for you? Is it becoming a different person? Is it about being expressive? Like I always, every time I talk to actors, like I know they all have different things. Is it being able to transport individuals? Is it like what does the acting do for you that makes you so passionate?
You know, it's something. It's something that I do well. It's fun. It's that's all I have. It's a lot of fun. It is therapeutic. That was a true statement. It is therapeutic. That's I love, for me it is, I can't give you the acting part, but again, going back to the creation, like writing a script, right? That brings me joy, and so does acting. The third one is singing, Chris.
All right, come on. Hey. You gonna drop something on us real quick?
Nah,
man, I didn't put you on the spot,
Chris,
right?
No, but Chris, this is the thing. I always looked at, for some reason, I thought singing. Well, I thought you either you have it or you don't. You're born with it, or you weren't.
Right.
But when I realized that wasn't the truth, where it's just like any instrument. It's like a trumpet. You just gotta, learn how to play the trumpet. And so the voice is the same thing. And so I recently started taking voice lessons.
I love it.
And man, it is, I can't even tell you how much joy it brings me.
I love it. All right, come on. So next time we're gonna make him sing, y'all. We're gonna bring him back and we're gonna make him sing. Because I put him on the spot today. He was like, me. Like, getting ready. I love music as well. Like I love it. Even as I was emceeing our friend's event, I was emceeing the Reclaim Your Peace event with the amazing Christy Rutherford.
Oh man, and you killed the game. Go ahead.
Room full of badass women and me and Mike. So we were the entertainment. I'm teasing, but anyway. So from that perspective, I think it's awesome when you're able to tap into, like I said, the creation of the ideas, the acting, the singing, and then also and I'll throw one in there that you didn't really say, but I know it's kind of knowing you and learning you is telling the story. Like I think you really like the storytelling element of it, because even when we talk on our regular conversations, it's like a story, right? I'm learning different pieces, and you're sharing different information along with that. And acting lets you do that. Singing allows you to tell stories. Creating the idea also is the impetus for the actual story, right? So all of these things, are kind of underneath this umbrella of ultimately storytelling, which I love, and I think it's exciting, and it's super dope. It's super dope. So having said that, hey, how can people get in contact with you? How can they reach out to you? How can they see you on the tele or on the big screen and all that kind of stuff? So tell people how they can reach out to you on social media or whatever. Because I know that people are gonna have questions. They're like, well, what about this, Chris? You didn't ask this. So I'm not trying to get in trouble. I want them to be able to get to the man himself.
Okay. I would say you can contact me on Instagram, and it's under my name, as you see, Michael Flowers Jr. You can reach me on LinkedIn. You can reach me on Facebook. If you want to go to my website, it is michaelflowersjr.com. You can. Chris.
Yes.
I have to say this. So I have clothing company and a cologne company. And if you're curious about it, go to www.flexking.io. So here it is right here. Flexking.io.
Got it.
Oh, there you go. There you go, right
I'm
there.
on it, baby. I'm on it. I'm great. I rock with it. So yeah, so flexking.io. I got to get me a shirt. So next time y'all see me, I'll be I'm looking as fly as my brother up here.
Yes,
yeah, but dope. So now they know how to get in contact with you, all that kind of great stuff. I've had a blast. I hope you had a good time. I've had a great time today, and everybody else got a chance to kind of listen in on our amazing conversation. So one parting word of advice to individuals overall. They don't got to be actors or whatever, but just advice for individuals that maybe right now, it's the 1st of June, right? And it's not necessarily the middle of the year, but it's the beginning of the middle of right. The official day of the middle of the year is July 1st. So what would you say to individuals right now, like on June 1st, right? What advice would you give them if they're thinking about making a leap or a change or something different in order to close out 2022 with a bang and like never before? Like what's one word or phrase or something that you would share with individuals looking to to maximize what's left of this year?
Can I does it have to be a word? Does it have to be a phrase?
You can say whatever you want to say. It's your world, Mike. You're a creator. It's your world.
Okay. Well, Chris, you actually said when you were mentioning, when you said reflect, right? I think you have to look at yourself and say, what do I want? How do I want to feel? And really think big and go after the thing that you want. Chris, during the pandemic.
Wait 1 second, brother. Wait, before you, bruh. You can't just be dropping clues bombs on people, right? And not allowing them to absorb it. So wait.
So
right there. Wait. You know what? Let me. I gotta find my DJ horn for you today, because I should have known that you was gonna be bringing it like this. And oh man, it's I got a new phone. Here it is. I'm about to say, where's my look? I'm about to say, I think it's gone. Dang it. But anyway, I dropped the clues. Doom.
Anyway, hey, look, all I need to do all I did was pull from you. You said reflect.
No, but what he said, y'all, I want y'all to catch this. I want you to really catch what he said. He said, think about what do I want? Consider how do I want to feel? He said, think big and go after it. I mean, he just literally just bars, baby. That's bars, right? What do I want? How do I want to feel? Think big, go after it. I'm gonna say it again. What do I want? How do I want to feel? Think big, go after it. I'm gonna say it one more time because I don't think they really understood what Michael Flowers Jr. was dropping on them today. But he said, what do I want? How do I want to feel? Think big and go after it. I can drop the mic right there. Mike, you didn't even got to explain nothing. Like that right there was that right there that's legendary. That's legendary right there. And I think it's so critical. And I think I think people need to hear this right now, given everything that's happening all across the world. I think that message that you shared today is awesome. I'm sorry. I'll let you finish the story about the pandemic.
Yeah, okay, well, we can.
Okay.
I was about to say, we can end it right there.
Okay.
But I'll say this, man. It's something about setting a goal and thinking about how you want to feel. It's something about that. And doing things in incremental, like small steps.
Yeah.
Because you'll get your small reward. But if you keep doing it, it's like going to the gym.
Yeah.
Eventually you'll be the size you want to be, whatever that is. If it's a guy that wants to be bigger, if a woman wants to be smaller, it doesn't even matter. Whatever that goal is, 5 pounds, 2 pounds, but you have to make those small steps, Chris, because when I was, I did a vision board, Chris.
Yes.
And I have to say this, I did a vision board and I was like, I want to be, I know how I want to feel. I want to I want to star in a show. A
Mm-hmm.
TV show. Now this was 5 years ago.
Okay.
I want to star in a TV show.
Yep.
I want to live in Hawaii. I want
Okay.
to play my guitar on the
Mm-hmm.
back of my porch while I look at the waves butt naked. Right?
I love it. I love it. I'm with
You
it.
know,
Go
I
for
know
it.
how I want to feel.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I know what I want to see. I know how I want to feel. I set the goals and I move forward little bit by little bit by little bit. Next thing you know, it's a TV show called Double Cross, and I'm one of the stars of the show.
I love it. I love it.
Within 5 years, it happened in 4.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It can happen. It can happen.
And that's setting the intention. You know, that
Mm-hmm.
is setting intention.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's so important. When that's it.
Nike basketball freestyle.
Yes,
Thank you, Renata.
yes. Lanata was on it. She was on it. She was on it. She was on it. But like I said, that is the manifestation. Like, I hope that people really understand. I know we need to close, but I hope that people really understand the power of seeing it before it shows up, right? Believing it before it shows up, manifesting it before it actually manifested.
Right.
And that's exactly what you did. You wrote it down, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you know, the scripture tells us that, right? You know, write the vision, make it plain, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I tell people all the time, the universe, God, whatever people believe, it will conspire on your behalf to create what you want. And that's why I'm really big on my kids. I stop them every day. Like I said, we don't say can't, we don't say try, we don't say any of this type of stuff. What we do is we go after what we want. We speak life, not death. You know, because whether you realize it or not, you know, whatever we say is going to come to pass, good, bad, or indifferent. So stop saying I'm sick. Stop saying I'm tired. Stop saying I can't. Stop saying, look, I'm sorry. You know, I start preaching to them. Let me stop right now, because I will go in. But you know,
Chris, go in.
You know, it's going. But we live in this world where we are inundated with so many messages coming from everywhere, all these different places, and most of them, the majority, millions of them, are negative. They're not positive. You know, when I used to do work with youth, I used to realize we did a whole study, and it says that for every one negative thought, right, or negative thing that's said to a young person, you need 22 positive things to counteract that one negative. Did you hear that? Listen, the math ain't mathing. Let me break that down. For one negative thing, I need 22 positive reinforcements to diminish the one negative thing. So for my family out there, my Rebound family out there, what are you saying? What are you thinking? Right. What are you believing? Right. What are you putting out into the atmosphere? Don't say you broke. You ain't broke. The money doesn't need to catch up with you. That's all it is. You know, you're a millionaire in training. Come on. You're a billionaire in training. Speak that. Don't speak out of lack. And I think that the power of being able to express and to say and to check this out, unapologetically show up, unapologetically say, what I want is what I want. And you know, as we were dealing with the women at the event, you know, one thing I said is that, you know, at the end of the day, we all got to believe and own that what I want is what I want. And it's okay. It's okay. It's all right. Not better yet, I'm worthy and I deserve everything that I desire. Write that down, somebody. I am worthy and I deserve everything that I desire, because so many of us are walking around here thinking that we're unworthy and that we're not qualified and that we can't have, you know, shoot. I wrote a crazy goal today. It's crazy and I love it. It scares the shit out of me, and be honest, excuse me. I said $80 million in 6 months. What? That's crazy. That is insane when you think about it. But I wrote it down to push myself to go hard no matter what. What if I don't hit the 80? Even if I hit 2, 3, 4, look, that's more than now, right? So, and I think that we've got to really understand that we are worthy. We are worthy. And we deserve everything that we desire. And stop that stinking thinking. Stop all of that, you know, all the naysayer. Turn off the news, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. It's depressing. It's you know, we are our stories, right? You know, people always say that the life that I have is the way I did it because I wrote it that way, right? Let's lean into this creative spirit that came through Michael Flowers Jr. today, and let's write the vision. Let's create it. I was watching a healer, spiritual healer this morning on one of the YouTube things, and one of the cards that showed up was a storyteller card. And the beautiful thing about the storyteller card is that it's a whole lot of blank pages. And there's a quill. And if it's blank, guess what it means? I'm in charge. I get a chance to write and create and become exactly what I need. So let me stop, because I'll go on. We'll get shut down, all that kind of stuff. But I am so excited. I am so thrilled once again to have the amazing, the incomparable, the super fly, the most, this dapper dude. I told him when I put the flyer up, and it was like, oh, who's that? Everybody give him the eye emoji. So, ladies, he's out here. You saw him. He said he's gonna take you to Hawaii, put you on the beach in a guitar and his birthday suit. I mean, he told you.
Hey.
So, having said that, guys, I know it's been awesome. It's been incredible. Michael, thank you. Mike, my brother, I really appreciate you spending time today. I love the way that you were able to drop these nuggets, drop that kind of stuff for all those people. So, guys, having said that, y'all know what I believe. I believe that breakthroughs are sexy, so we got to ignite the fire inside. Love you all. Have a super fantastic and wonderful week. And look, Arizona getting on action. So, having said that, I will see you next time, once again, on Rebound with Chris. Love you all. Have a super fantastic and most excellent week. Take care.